How bloody awful. I can't appear to sleep again. This is like the third night this week. Am I slipping back into old habits? Or are there perhaps psychological factors at play here, keeping me from sleeping? Regardless, I'm awake now. The universe has given me these extra hours to think and write and talk to myself, so I'll have to make use of them. So, what's on my mind tonight? I've been spending the majority of my year questioning whether or not I'm a good person, and the conclusion I came to is probably not. It's not that I don't want to be. It's not that I don't try to be. Actually, maybe it is that I don't try, at least not hard enough. You see, when enough people don't like you, you need to consider that you might be the problem. You can only claim to be better than people so many times before eventually realizing that they're the ones with the correct assessment, that you're lacking in empathy, bordering on sociopathy, and perhaps even possessing Machiavellian traits. Gasp. I always wondered why psychologists considered Machiavellianism to be part of the dark triad of mental disorders, next to narcissism and psychopathy. It just seems like pragmatism to me. Say what you will of Machiavelli, he got things done. He wrote a treatise on how to rule. And even if civilians thought it was cold, rulers, governors, dukes, and the like, they saw value in his ideas. I think that's the root of my grayness, my moral ambiguity. My actions stem not from a kind heart, but from a calculated, consequentialist perspective. If I seek something, I must attain it, by any means necessary. People's feelings be damned. It's the very essence of the mantra I live by. A simple Latin phrase. Inveniam viam aut faciam. I will either find a way or make one. I aspire to personify that philosophy. Nothing is impossible for as long as I can dedicate my mental energy to solving a problem. And why not? I'm the smartest person I know, so if I can't find a solution, who can? You may have already picked up on the problem here. The cause of my callousness, of my insensitivity. Most people live by kinder mantras. Do to others as you'd have them do to you. Honesty is the best policy. Live, laugh, love, and all that garbage. And mine is simple. Find a way or make one. Complete the task. Let nothing stop you. There's nothing in it that tells me to consider anyone's feelings. Nothing that tells me to be good. I just wish it came easier to me. That I had some kind of moral muscle in my body. Perhaps where my heart ought to be. And that's what they say empathy's for. But the older I get, the more I start to feel like empathy's a myth made up by ethical philosophers to encourage good behavior. Maybe that's why people don't like me. I just don't feel what they feel. I like people when they're likable, and I'm usually kind to the ones I care for, but I don't feel the love I'm meant to feel for my fellow man. And in the rare cases when I do, it's always something I'm willing to compromise on when the need arises. You don't understand, listener. The things I'll do to reach my goals. And all the plans start at times like this. When I can't sleep. When the world is silent and I have all this time to just think. Think about what I want. What has to be done to get it. And then, when the sun rises, I put my plans in motion.